All right, I'm here with homeboy, local, international celebrity superstar nowadays. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Carlo Leo.
Hello, how are you? Pleasure.
Pleasure's always funny.
We'll share it.
Let's come from a long and illustrious road from played a record in Scarborough all the way to the Digital Dreams stage.
Yeah, it's been a crazy few years in the career. Definitely, it's been a wild ride.
It has been. I've had a few people come up to me, like maybe people who are unaware of what SciTech is. Okay. Explain what that is.
SciTech is a record label that is run by Dubfire, and now it's more than a label. It's obviously it does events all across the world, and being one of the main artists on the label, I get to play all these parties everywhere with Dubfire, so it's a good deal for me.
It's Christmas every day.
Pretty much.
How's your own label, Rawthentic? What can we expect from that coming up in coming months?
The label's doing great. It's constantly growing, always on an uphill. There's some stuff from myself, obviously Junkies.
Yep.
A lot of newer guys too, because as you know, it's music I love. I'm not always looking for the name, so I expect a lot of stuff from some new guys, as well as some names. There's some remixes from like 2001. Who else do I have? We did DJ Wild. On the spot, I can't think too much, but just pay attention, and there's great music coming.
Keep a lookout.
Yeah, definitely.
Going back into like the history of you, bro. Like I've been following you for years. We've known each other for years.
Yeah, definitely.
How did you all get started in the whole DJ thing? How did this all come about for you?
Well, I started off as a raver.
Yep. As we all did.
Right. So my love of music was simply just partying. After that rave scene kind of went down, I needed to continue my fix.
Yep.
And I took up DJing as a hobby, and kind of spiraled out from there. Hobby turned career. Go figure.
Okay. And then the production years came into place.
Yeah, I messed around with production a couple years after DJing, and I was making a ton of tracks, and it took my friends to be like, hey, this is a good track, maybe you should send it out. And I ended up sending it to like Carl Cox, and he was the first one he played it, and that was just like some reassurance to me, maybe I have something here.
I remember you and I were at WMC, and I said this to you before, and I believe it was 04, 05, and you had your track Everybody, and you gave it to Danny.
Yeah.
And you were just like, imagine if like Carl was to play this song and how the feeling would be.
Yeah.
And now you're experiencing that, man.
Yeah, it was emotional, one of the most emotional feelings obviously, it's something you're never going to forget,
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on all your success, brother.
Thank you.
We're looking forward to catching you out on the main stage, Echo Beach. Yourself and Dubfire, you'll be playing tonight. What's going on with the after parties?
We're doing an after party at the Phoenix.
Yep.
Myself, Nathan Barato, and Stacy Pullen.
Okay.
And then there's a bunch of locals. I don't know exactly who, but that's the main.
I think I saw DeCozy on that bill.
That's right, DeCozy and
Evan G.
Evan, yes.
Yep.
I think that's all I know.
All right, buddy. Always a pleasure, bro. Yeah. You know what? Like I said, congrats on all your success, man. I'm always happy for the Toronto talent. You've done it up proper, bro.
Thank you, man.
Take care, man.
Can't wait to do this again.
Yeah, we'll get you in for a proper podcast, man.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it at some point. For definitely.
Sure. Thanks, man. Carlo Leo, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'm here with the crown prince of the dark tech house scene. Ladies and gentlemen, the headliner of the digital stage, actually the Echo Beach stage, Mr. Dubfire. Thank you for gracing us with your presence on this wonderful afternoon, this festival that we've had, the first EDM festival in Toronto. Yeah. How does it feel to be playing the first EDM festival in Toronto?
Feels fantastic. I mean, I've been coming to Toronto since the early 90s, and while I remember playing raves back then, I don't remember an EDM festival on this scale right now when the scene has really sort of exploded in America. So I'm just really happy to be a part of it.
You said the scene has exploded. I think house music in general has exploded in the last couple of years. Do you feel a need of, I would say, a responsibility to educate these people to what proper house music is? Because we have a little bit of everything going on here, but yeah. I feel that you are one of the leaders and the pioneers in the tech house, techno scene. How do you feel as a responsibility to educate these people as to what proper music really sounds like?
Everybody has an opinion of what proper music is or whatever. I mean, there's, pop music has its place, pop dance has its place. We're listening to Major Lazer right now in the background.
Yep.
They belong somewhere and they should be there. They deserve to be there. I'm just here representing a different side of the music scene. And I think it's important that we're getting asked. Richie Hawtin headlined the same stage yesterday, and I think it's important that we're asked to come and represent one facet of dance music that necessarily doesn't get a lot of exposure in America. Because how else are we going to influence maybe the Richie Haughtins or the Dubfires or the Lucianos of tomorrow? So it's important to have enough genres to cover all bases if we can.
You've embraced Canada's own Carlo Leo under the SciTech label. Obviously, you're playing with him on the stage later on. Explain what SciTech is and where it's going.
Yeah, SciTech was set up for me to release my own productions, and then it quickly led to me just getting so many demos that I couldn't sit on them all, and they were all great and they were unsigned, so I had to get them out. So then I, ended up with a fully fledged record label, which I swore I never really wanted to involve myself in. But a lot of young producers need a helping hand, and I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for guys like Carl Craig or Danny Tenaglia, and the people that they were in bed with helping us out.
Yes.
So I'm in a position now where I can help the Carlo Leos, the Junkies, and many, many other artists that I'm sort of showcasing on the label. I'm in a position to help them out. So I feel a great sense of responsibility to my past and also to these guys, and also to the craft and what I'm doing and what I'm about to do that.
That's amazing. It's good that you have the open heart and that you're welcoming and you're able to do that. It's awesome that you're welcoming Canadian talent. Obviously, you mentioned the Junkies and Carlo Leo. Is there anybody else you want to mention who might be an up-and-coming artist that you're looking to break?
Oh, there's so many. I mean, just look at the artists that we're releasing on the label. There's Skylar from Skylar Tower, who used to be with Shadowplay from California. There's Schubert from Washington, D.C. There's a guy named Zordo he's Mexican, but he lives in Chicago. These days, people are spread out all over the world. It doesn't really matter where you are, as long as you have an internet connection, and
that's it.
As long as you have a laptop and a little bit of technology, and more importantly, you have enough creative ideas, you can really establish yourself in this industry and have sort of a very long and fruitful career.
Definitely. And like you said, I mean, it's not like it was back in the day. We were spending thousands of dollars in studio time. I mean, now all it takes is a laptop, a Logic program, and you're good to go. If you have the talent and you have the exposure, I mean, the sky's the limit nowadays.
Yeah.
We look forward to seeing you perform in the next, I guess, half an hour or so.
Pretty much.
We heard we're going late tonight.
I think so, yeah. There's an after party, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mentioned Richie Hawtin. He performed yesterday at the same stage you're playing on. Absolutely destroyed it.
Yeah.
You got the bar's been set.
Yeah.
So
well,
we're looking.
Richie always sets the bar very high, so I'll do my best to climb up that bar.
All right, Ali, always a pleasure, bro. We're looking forward to hearing your set.
Thank you very much.
Where are you playing afterwards?
I'm playing with Art Department, friends of mine at Morrow nightclub. So that's the after
Awesome.
party.
Okay.
That's the official after party, and then there's
official.
lots of other parties.
Okay. Well, we might catch you later on at a different, maybe darker room. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Dubfire, always a pleasure. Like I said, you're one of my all-time favorites. Back in the deep dish days, and even going back further to the industry days, you were one of the first people to come in play industry nightclub. You mentioned Gavin Bryant, who's one of the main.
Ran into him. I haven't seen him in years. So,
he's here. He's around somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm sure if we get him in here, he's going to be happy to see you as well.
Yeah.
And we look forward to seeing you in the future, bro. Thanks for taking your time.
Thank you.
Take care, buddy.
We'll be right back.